Hey guys, it's Stephanie here with the FlowerfFanatic. Welcome back, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm glad you are here. So if you have been following along on my journey, my YouTube journey, you will have known that I just put together my very first cutting garden. I put my plants in the ground about 2.5 weeks ago. So this is kind of all new for me. I've learned so much from Flora at Flower, all the experts out there, but it's always your own experience where you live, and there's your unique circumstances that can make it tricky. I had these expectations that my flowers were just gonna grow perfectly, everything was gonna go smoothly, the leaves were gonna be full and lush and tall and big. That is not how it's going. A lot of my flowers are getting chewed up by something. So I've got to figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few experiments. I'm gonna show you what happens with that. I'll show you my findings so that I can get this problem taken care of before all of my leaves are totally destroyed. But before we do those experiments, let's go ahead and take a look at my leaves and show you what's going on. Right here are my dahlias, and this was also a dahlia, and whatever it is pretty much chewing it down to absolutely nothing. I am getting so mad. They were doing so well, and now I know they'll still come out of it because those roots are healthy and those stems are nice and healthy, but I've got to fix this before this gets any worse. I've already pinched this dahlia down. As you can see, they're fairly large holes. I have my hypotheses, but I'm not going to tell you until I find out what it is, because that's half the fun here. So it's just taken over all of these dahlias. All of them. They're all getting, oh look, I have a leaf that has gone unscathed. Wow, lucky me. They're really loving this dahlia. And then right here I have a little start. So if I can figure this out, I can make sure that this one doesn't get chewed down to nothing. They're really enjoying my white night sunflowers, but look at that, they're starting to come out. How exciting. I noticed they don't really care for a few of my plants, so I'm going to show you which ones those are. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why. They don't care so much for my celosia, which is pretty good. I do have a few little bite marks out of those, but those look pretty healthy. As you can see, all my snapdragons are doing awesome. I still need to put netting on these, but I haven't done that yet. My copper plume is doing fairly decent. They don't seem to really care for that, which I thought they'd go crazy over this one, but they do like my Chinese forget-me-not. Look at this one. It's just, that whole leaf has been chomped off. Gosh. I know I'm showing you every flower. If you're not getting the picture, something is eating them and I'm getting mad. My cosmos though are totally thriving. They do not care for these, maybe because the leaves are just so small and so they can't get to them as well. And these are starting to go crazy, so I'm really excited about these ones. All right, now that you've assessed the damage with me and can see how frustrating this is, I'm sure I'm not alone if you're here watching this video. So tonight I'm gonna do a little experiment. It's gonna be pretty fun. Nighttime's a great time to check for those insects and pests. Okay, so maybe I've already done the nighttime experiment. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those videos. I also put together a mixture for slugs and snails. Basically, all you have to do is get a plastic container, just some Tupperware, put in some olive oil and some Worcestershire sauce or soy sauce because they like that sweet flavor. They'll go after it and then they get stuck in the olive oil and they cannot get out. So if tomorrow morning I see all of these slugs and snails, I know that that could be the culprit. So in a minute after we check out those videos, I'll go ahead and show you if any of those olive oil mixtures have any slugs or snails in it.
Pointing at him. Look, I'll put my shadow on him right there. Don't move, Avery. There's a big one on that plant right there. Do you see it, Mom? It's right on this leaf on Avery's side by the shin. You're getting it, but let me hold still.
Avery, watch out, please, honey. Will you watch out, Avery?
Dad said not to move it. It hopped to me. Ooh, that's a big one. Hey, it's right there.
Oh my gosh, earwigs. So I've walked around and looked at all of my containers, which I have quite a few, and I haven't found one bug or insect hanging out in here, so I can pretty much count out the slugs or snails, which I'm super relieved about. I did not want to deal with those. And they also tend to like hostas, and I don't have any holes in any of my hostas, so I don't think I have a problem with those. I am so happy to pinpoint what the problem is. So now I know it's got to be grasshoppers and earwigs. I'm guessing the grasshoppers are doing most of the damage. The reason I think it's more of the grasshoppers over the earwigs is because we have a lot of chickens, and normally we let them roam freely from winter. We kind of just let them out all the time, but this spring they were being more obnoxious than normal, roosting like crazy, digging up brand new seedlings. My husband had all this lettuce he put in the ground and they just go right after it. And so he created a little enclosure behind their coop, a little run. And so they were kind of stuck in that one spot And now we have a lot more grasshoppers. In the past, like last year, no grasshoppers. My neighbors would talk about all the grasshoppers and I'd just say we don't have any. So chickens do serious damage on grasshoppers. Lesson learned. See how this chicken just pecks constantly? So the minute they wake up until the minute they go back into their coop to roost at night, they are doing this. So you can see how they can just eat tons and tons of grasshoppers. They've already made their way back to my cutting garden. So I know as they start to discover all of those, it's really gonna help with all of my plants. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and let my chickens try and kill as many grasshoppers as possible. If they aren't doing what I feel like they need to do and my leaves are still getting destroyed, I might resort to some different methods. There are pros and cons with letting my chickens just roam freely, especially during gardening season. They've already gotten into my garden boxes and dug up some jalapeno plants, ruined another plant, and they just like to get their feathers in the dirt, and they love the garden boxes for some reason. So there is nothing perfect in gardening. I'm trying to think if I can come up with a spray for the chickens, maybe some garlic, jalapeno, and some water, and spray it in the garden boxes if they might hate that. But they will help with these grasshoppers in my cutting garden, and they don't seem to bother my flowers or my soil over here. Gosh, my chickens are being so loud. They must know I'm talking about them right now. Anyway, a few other things I might try along with my chickens is diatomaceous earth. This is an organic pest control method. This is what it looks like. And right here is, I have a hole in my bag so it kind of spill out. It just looks like flour. So I think I might go ahead and pour this diatomaceous earth all around the base of my plants. I want to be really careful. I don't want to get it on any blooms, and putting it on the leaves is a little bit risky because it kind of coats that leaf and then the sun can't get to those leaves, and that's just no good. But anyways, basically what it does is if these bugs, so these insects, they have to touch it or you have to pour it on their exoskeleton. So when it hits their exoskeleton, it pretty much absorbs and takes all the fat and oils from the cuticles, and then they dry out and die. So it's pretty fascinating, but you can even go to extreme measures and come out here at night and look for them with a flashlight underneath and kind of pour them on any grasshoppers you might see. But that is just kind of unrealistic. That's a lot of work, and I don't realistically see myself being able to do that. One last thing with the diatomaceous earth. So the reason why you don't want to get on the blooms is if the bees get to it, you can kill your bees. Another great thing you could do is spray neem oil on their dormant eggs. It's usually in early spring before they start to hatch and go crazy. I wish I would have done that, but normally I don't have a problem, like I said, because my chickens are out. And then you can also use 7 insecticide. It's called 7 spray, or there's 7 powder, and it's not organic. So I guess I will see over the next month what happens with the chickens now that they're out. If you are interested in seeing an update, comment down below or hit the like button and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell because then you will know when I post that update. Well, I hope you guys like this video. I know that gardening can be frustrating at times. You fix one problem and then you're dealing with another. Good thing I like challenges because gardening definitely provides many of those. Have a great day gardening, and we will talk to you later. Bye.